Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Dr. Alessandro. Please like and subscribe. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about career strategies for the new grad. So, what are some of the strategies? Now, there are a lot of different courses that a new graduate can take as far as which direction they go after they graduate. The first, of course, being specialty programs. Maybe during dental school, they found something that they were very passionate about, a certain specific field, like oral surgery or endodontics or periodontics, orthodontics, pedodontics, whatever the case may be. And that they applied to programs and got in. So specialization is one course. Course number 2, now we're going into the general dental field. So for folks that are going to go into general dentistry, one possibility is doing an AHD or GPR. And I highly recommend it because it's a 1-year program where you do get paid a stipend and you're doing procedures, but you're not under the production gun. That is, you don't have to worry typically about how much or how little you produce. You're just learning, becoming more proficient, becoming more confident in what you do. And again, you don't have to worry about numbers necessarily. Now, you always want to pick up your speed as you go along. You don't want to be just as slow when you started as when you finished. But you want to be able to do high quality work and kind of slowly improve the speed over the course of a year to the point where then you get faster and you're doing high quality work. And you get a bonus of a great education. That is, there are people, practitioners who are going to help you, give you tips, and give you even CE, which can help you along the way of your career and professional development. So AG or GPR, a great 1-year choice for you. I highly recommend it. And that's what I would prefer if I'm going to hire somebody. Now, next, working. You can go into the workforce. Now, which paths can you go? There's always the FQHC path, which is federally qualified, health type of thing. And it's kind of like a private practice-ish. There are some limitations to it, but you get paid a salary and it can be rewarding for where you are and what you do. What's another one? Well, going into actual private practice. Now, you could do it as a full-time associate somewhere. You could open your own place, hang your own shingle somewhere. Or you can work part-time in a couple of places and kind of get to know what works for some offices and what doesn't work, or at least in your eyes. And then if you decide in the future to open your own place, you'll know how you want to arrange things, what systems you want in place, how you want it organized, and maybe what you don't want to do. And so you can create your own special type of practice. So what else can you do? You can be a locum tenens dentist. Maybe some people call it a hired gun, or a traveling dentist. If you get licenses in multiple states, you can go from state to state. You can, actually be put up in hotels and, then practice in certain places for a certain amount every day. And then again, you can also see different practices, see what works and what doesn't. And if then you decide to find a place to settle down in and work, create your own practice, you have in mind what you want to do and what you don't want to do. So those are all paths that you can take. What's one other path? The DSO, Dental Service Organization, the corporate dentistry field. That's another option. Now, for each and every one of these types of practices, you need to be aware of the contracts. So that goes from A to Z. Be aware of your employment contract if you're not the owner, that is. Be aware of your employment contract. Clauses can be in there. You want to know what the restricted covenant is in the event that you decide to leave, and you might be blocked out for even 20 to 30 miles from the location of where you are working, and maybe from every location if there are multiple. I mean, that could push you literally out of multiple states depending on where you are. So I want you to think about that. The other thing to think about is, in some DSOs, I've heard of this, so this exists. The first year is indeed a guaranteed salary. Oh, that's great. That's super. You're paying off your loans and everything, and you have some money to work with. Okay, so that's all fine and dandy. But then it switches to percentage of collections. So you got to read that. You got to be very, very astute and careful. Have your attorney, get an attorney if you don't have one, but have an attorney review the contracts. Because if that changes to a percentage of collections, and you're in a place which accepts a lot of insurances, and we all know from group posts on Facebook and different groups that insurance reimbursements are either stagnant, in some cases diminishing, to the point where the materials that we use cost more than the actual reimbursement, you might end up in trouble. I mean, if your collections is $10 per procedure, and that's what you're collecting per person, you only see maybe 6 or 7 people a day, you're not going to be making much money. Your earnings are going to drop. and that $4,000 a month albatross of a loan payment is going to loom very, very big. So make sure you read the contracts, know the risks, know what happens if you're dealing with insurance companies that may not reimburse the best in the world, or your Medicaids, which most certainly do not reimburse the best in the world. And so know all that, be aware of all that, and make sure that you can navigate in such a manner that you are safe. So that's it. Hopefully you are enthusiastic and that you're getting out there, you're seeing stuff, you're doing stuff, and you're doing well. I wish you all the best, and I hope you're all staying well and healthy.